And then the next part of this makeup collection video, and actually the last part of this makeup collection video, is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes. And I do have to say I have a lot. I don't have all of them anymore because the last some of the last ones I wasn't really a big fan of, because they remind me so much of some of the old ones that he already made. But he does still have some that I would love to own. Some of them are very, very beautiful. So I first am gonna start off with Beauty Killer, the OG eyeshadow palette. This is such a nice palette. It wasn't my first one from Jeffree Star Cosmetics though, but I have used this a lot, as you can see. This is such a nice colorful palette, and I love how big the pans are in this. It's so dirty. The next palette that came was the Androgyny palette. This is such a nice palette. I love the outside, by the way. It has this like crocodile-ish structure. And then the inside is so beautiful. This used to be like, this part used to be my everyday combination when I went to school. So yeah, I love how this has this neutral part and then these colors, which you can like obviously blend in with all of the neutral colors that are in this palette. I have the Thirsty palette, which was a limited edition summer palette and absolutely one of my favorite palettes from the Jeffree Star collection, because look at these colors. By the way, this was a neutral skin tone color for me, so I made that one up empty, but I've used this so much. And as you can see, like some of these stars imprinted are totally gone, but yeah, this was like a new formula for him, like these shimmers, and I don't know why they never made more of these, because I absolutely loved them. Like if you have these ones on your eyes, like as you can see, they already reflect a lot. And when you have them on your eyes and the sun goes in or something like that, it reflects so much and it looks so beautiful. It almost makes your eye look like go to another level because your eye is almost looking wet. But I absolutely loved this color combination, like these warm tones and then these really nice shimmers and then these cool tones. Like perfect for summer, and obviously this was a summer palette. This was my first Jeffree Star Cosmetics palette together with the Thirsty palette, because I bought two at the same time. But this is the Blood Sugar palette, and who doesn't know this palette? Like this was one of the best selling palettes on the Jeffree Star Cosmetics website, and it's a big container. It's so pretty and it opens up like this. It makes like, it looks so luxurious, and when you open it, these colors are so beautiful. Like I love the reds, I love the brown tones, and I have used this palette a lot. This is so pretty. But like, because this palette was very old and he did a revamp of it, like he did this palette and then the exact same palette but then with white packaging. I did not buy that. I was tempted because this is one of my like OG favorite Jeffree Star Cosmetics palettes. But I thought I already have this one, so I don't need another one. Well, I did buy the mini version of it, because he came out with this mini Blood Sugar palette in the, I think, 10-year anniversary or something like that. 5-year anniversary from this palette. And it looks so pretty. Some people were sad that some colors of which are in here are in the big palette. I think it's actually nice to have like the tinier version, because like I absolutely love this color. But yeah, some people weren't like the happiest about it. I thought it was really cool, because when you love the big palette and these are some of your favorite shades, because these are like the most used shades I guess from this palette, it's very nice that you can take the tiny one with you instead of the big jumbo palette. I love this packaging, by the way. The lipstick Nick did so nice on Jeffree's makeup right here. Then we have the Blue Blood palette, which looks so pretty, and I got from my boyfriend for Valentine 4 years ago. And because, well, his favorite color was blue and I did not have anything like that, so oh my god, I have not seen this. Whoa, look at this. The staining. That's crazy. Oh my god, it has more on here. That's crazy. Whoa, I did not know this. Okay, but I love this cuffing. It looks so pretty. And then the inside, obviously very blue, but really nicely pigmented, like the normal Jeffree Star Cosmetics quality. And by the way, I do have a Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow collection video as well, and I don't think I have many different ones here right now than I had then. So if you want to see swatches of all of these, I did do swatches of all of the eyeshadow palettes on that video. So you can find that on my channel, obviously with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadows. But here you have this palette. I love that there still are some neutrals in here, so you can make a normal eye look as well if you would want that too. You can obviously just use the brown tones as a base for a blue eyeshadow palette color on your eye. We have the Conspiracy palette with collaboration Shane Dawson. And I do follow Shane Dawson on YouTube as well, and I really like his videos. I thought this collection was so nice. I really was into the series that they filmed together with how much everything cost to make, and I almost have like the whole collection of these products. But if you saw the rest of this makeup collection video, you've already known that because I've talked about that before, but I have the jumbo palette and I have the tiny version. So I first only bought this bigger palette because I wanted to have both, but like, if you know, you know, the whole website crashed and I had my dad's phone, I think I had my sister's phone, I had the computer, and I had my own phone. Yeah, all to get the palette, and my dad, I think, came through with this palette. I didn't even came through, but I wanted both of them. So later I found the tiny one, so I was really happy to have that one as well. This one has these clips as well that go open just like the Blood Sugar palette. And then when you open it up, it looks like this. This color palette is so different than what they normally do, but I love this. Like, you have this whole neutral row, which is really nice to make a base or just to do for everyday use, and then you have these weirder colors like right there. I absolutely love this color, this color, this color, that one and that one. By the way, this one is amazingly too, but I kind of like all of these colors. This is such a different palette, but like, I absolutely love the way that it's looking, and you can make so many different looks with this. Yeah, and I think this one always will be like a kind of special one because like I was really into watching the series, and then when the whole crash happened, I was there and everything. It was so wild. Like, it was pretty cool, if I have to be honest. And then I have the mini Conspiracy palette. This is well, it's called the Controversy palette. And then this is the second version, by the way, because the first version had another color right here, but like, because everyone saw all the colors that I made in this whole video thing they did on YouTube, everyone wanted the green color because this color is so beautiful and so bright and so shiny. They didn't put it in there first, so that's why it's called Put It Back, because everyone kind of wanted it like back in this palette. And I'm actually really happy that I have the second version and not the first version, because this color story is so different. And then with the cool green color in the middle, like, this looks so beautiful and so artistic. Then I have the Blood Money palette, and I do think I have a review of this palette on my channel. I did have like many of these Jeffree Star palettes when I wasn't doing YouTube. I sadly didn't start it sooner because I would love to see what I made before. I still have all of the pictures obviously, but I would love to see how I did it. But this one has a different way to open. I, by the way, love the way that this looks like a crocodile skin again. This green color is so beautiful, and then it opens up like this. Wait, let me see. Does it still? Yeah, it opens up like that. And then the inside looks like this. This color story is so beautiful, so pigmented. It's not like for everyday use. You don't really have like many browns in here like they have in the other palettes, but there is a variety of greens and a little bit of gold and a little bit of dark. I absolutely love this palette. I don't have like any green palettes like you saw in the other parts of this video. And yeah, these tints are actually so wearable and so usable in everyday looks as well, because you can just use one pop of color in your whole like natural eye look. Then we have the pink palette, is the Pink Religion palette, and it look like a book, the side of it as well, and then it looks like gold printed pages. But this palette is so pretty. I did do a review of this palette as well on my channel, and then when you open the book up, it looks so beautiful. It has all of these shades of pink, and like if you look at it you might think, well, they all kind of look the same. Well, they don't. They have like so much variety, and they are so pigmented as well. I love this shimmer and the other one on this side right here. I kind of wish like they did more shimmers in this palette, because the pink shimmers are so beautiful. But yeah, this is such a nice like different palette than what I own. I first thought when it came out with the pink palette it was gonna look a lot like the Blood Sugar palette, because that's a red palette, but this had so much more pinks in it than I was expecting. But the outside of the palette, like the details in this, it looks so beautiful. I have the, oh my god, this palette is so dirty. I'm sorry. This is the Jawbreaker palette. This is such a cool palette, which has a mini version as well. So when you open it up, it's this very pretty pastel palette with a little bit of some brighter colors as well, like this one, like this part right here. And they are really pigmented. Like for how pigmented a pastel can be, this is such a nice palette to use. And I especially love this lilac color and this shimmer and that shimmer right there. But yeah, like so much variety in one palette, and this was so different than, oh, I love this one. This is such a pretty nice pastel palette, and I do know now that I have the Wings Club pastel palette from Colourpop as well, but that's like kind of really different than this one, because that has more pastel shimmers than this one does. And I really like the color story of this palette. And then we have the Mini Breaker, which I thought was so cool. Like this palette, I use this a lot because I love purple. Like purple and yellow are my favorite shades / colors, and these orange tone were like my favorite go-to colors to wear. So yeah, this was a very perfect color combination for me. So these shimmers are like so beautiful and so bright, and this one has like this weirdest like shift to it, which is very pretty. And I have used this palette a lot. I still love this palette, and I think this is like so nice because these colors, I don't think they are in the big one. Like some of them are, but not all of them are, which I think is really nice as well. And I think many people hope that about the red one as well, which I mean the Mini Blood Sugar palette, which he didn't do because I don't know, it was a tribute to the big one, I guess. Then I have the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Cremated palette, and what I thought was really cool about this palette is it's a grain tone palette, which I think it looks very pretty. I've used this a lot, as you can see, and I actually think this is like such a nice palette after the Jawbreaker palette, because they look kind of similar in a way, but they're still like different. They're opposites from each other, I guess. At least they look like each other a little bit, and I think this is so nice because it goes from light to very dark, because obviously black is the darkest color that there is, and there's white right here, which is the whitest color that there is, or the lightest, as you could say. It's such a very cool palette, and like gray tones are really a thing. Like there are so many different gray tones. So then the next palette is the Alien palette, and this was in the beginning of Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and I think this is such a cool palette. Obviously it's like crazy big, this palette, like in comparison to my head, really big. I thought it looked so cool because like as you can see, like the eyes are a little bit higher than the palette is, like you can press them in, as you can see and hear. I thought it was really cool and different concept. The only thing is oh my god, this is coming off. But the only thing is, this is like not the best shape to store, I have to admit. I do think it's really pretty, and obviously because it's the Alien palette, it does look like an alien, a pink one. I think I bought the lipstick, the liquid lipstick with this collection, but like the way it opens, like magnetic, like this, is so cool. And then this color story is really beautiful. like the greens and the purples and the grays and the browns in here, like they complement each other like so nicely. And these are like, I know this is a limited edition one, but like I would recommend this so badly. This color story is so beautiful to me. Like this bright green, and then this like ochre yellow, and then this bright deep purple. They like all look so beautiful together, like even when you wouldn't even think about that in the first place. So yeah, like palettes like this that give me so much inspiration. That's so nice, because like some palettes, then they have the color stories together, and some of the color stories you would never think about, and then when you see them together you're like, oh my god, that looks so beautiful. I can do like so many things with that, which is really cool. So then I have the Orgy palette, which is such a nice palette. I do have a review video of this on my channel as well. The front is a little bit weird, like all of these like naked Jeffries on the letters. They're a little bit weird, but I still think it looks like pretty fine from a distance. And I do know he has like many tattoos on his body, which makes it look more artsy. But when you open this palette, and by the way, this is such a big palette, but like this color story, like it's so nice. I can use like all of these for my base, and then I use these ones to build up, and then this one, and then this row. I use this one and this one for my eyebrows, and sometimes I use this row for an eyeliner. This like has so many varieties, and you can do so many things with this palette. Like it's such a big palette, and there probably didn't need it to be like this many like starter colors in all these different tones, but I actually think it looks so beautiful. And I think it's so nice to have like all of these different tones, because some shades like from color don't go with the tone, and then when you need a different tone, so they can fit together in one look, which is actually really nice. And yeah, this is one of my favorite palettes from Jeffree Cosmetics. The only thing, like I love shimmers, and this doesn't have shimmers in it. Like obviously it looks fine as it is. I know the mini version of this palette was just only 9 shimmers, but I don't have that sadly. I kind of would like to have it, but I don't have it. And yeah, I think it's like kind of a little bit sad that you needed a tinier palette for the shimmers, because obviously if you took some of these away there could be shimmers in here, but it's totally fine. I love this palette, and it's a very beautiful palette. And then there are 3 palettes left, so I first gonna show you my tiny one, and this is the most recent one that I bought. Is from the Star Ranch palette, and this one is from the collection from when he went living in his Star Ranch. I absolutely love this color story. I do have a video of this palette on my channel as well, and yeah, it's a more recent video, but I love the color story. I love the icy blue and the blue tones in it, and the green, like this color is so beautiful. Then the browns are like very pretty and natural as well, and this to me is such a pretty color story. Like when I saw it for the first time, I thought I absolutely needed this palette. So I am so happy to have this in my collection. And then we have 2 very different palettes, but they're both like so beautiful. So this is the Pricked palette, and it looks like a bag. It looks so expensive and beautiful. I do have a review of this palette on my channel as well, and it opens up like this, and then when you open it, it has this mirror right here, like that's my face as well. And then it kind of looks like things that clap open, like from the older days. And I think it looks so beautiful, and like I have this palette like for a while, and everything still worked. Like this didn't broke, nothing broke. The only thing I think it's really handy to put down, but when you're doing your makeup and you put it on the table like I have, I cannot see myself in the mirror. I just have to put the mirror higher up. So that's the only sad part, but this color story is so beautiful. And then you have this very bright shimmery color with an orange tone to it, which I have used a lot, as you can see. And yeah, I absolutely love this palette. It was for me like a no-go not to buy this, because like I told you before, like orange tone used to be my favorite tones to use, and then I found this palette and I was like, in my dreams I needed this palette. And the orange tones here are so nice, and I love it that they're not like all orange tones. Like some of them are a little bit like, this is a dark one with orange glitter in it, which he almost does with every colored palette that he has. Like he has then a black tone and then the colored shimmers are in it, and when you put it on your eyes they stay there. So yeah, I love this palette. This is such a nice palette to have in your collection. Obviously, again, not the best shape to like store, but like you can hang it up or like put it on a table like this if you would want that too, because it looks so pretty and expensive, and I still think it looks very, very beautiful. It just looks like a higher end bag, which is really, really cool. And then the last palette that I own from Jeffree Star Cosmetics is this purple palette, which is called the Bloodlust palette. And it looks like velvetish. It feels really soft, and look how pretty this looks. Wow. It opens up like this with this little knob, and you open it up like this. Obviously, again, a very big palette. This color story is very beautiful to me because, like I told you before, purple is my favorite color. And yeah, as you can see, well used. These ones, this one and this one, are a different consistency than other colors because they're more glittery and more a topper kind of shade, which is very, very beautiful on almost every eyeshadow look that you can do. And yeah, there was a little bit of a bad feedback on this palette because it was supposed to be a blood sugar kind of palette. Like all of the tones were supposed to be like more to the purple, and then he put a green in here, a orangey red in there, another green, a blue, a purple, very, very dark purple gray color, and people just wanted to see more of the purple tones like how he made the orange palette. I personally think this palette looks very beautiful, and the colors that he has in here complement each other so nicely. So I absolutely love this palette. But again, not the best thing to put away in your collection because it has like this different kind of shape, and it's really big as well. It could be easily like putting it up like this and making it look beautiful, or laying it down like this, because it looks very expensive and it feels really nice. But yeah, that's the only down thing, I think. Like, it's big and it has a weird shape, but I absolutely love this palette and it looks so pretty to me. So yeah, those were all of my Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes, and with that we're gonna end this whole series of makeup from my makeup collection that I now own. So and yeah, I know this was so much makeup, but I used to do makeup school for 1 year, so I collected some makeup for that, and I am loving makeup. I love makeup for myself, I love to do makeup on other people, and I love to like try different things out, and some of the things I have more of, some of the things I don't. I do have like decent amount of brushes. I think I need to clean them very soon, so that will be another video of cleaning my brushes. But for now, this was the makeup collection, and I hope you enjoyed it. So if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed my whole makeup collection, please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and turn on notifications so you get a notification every time I upload a brand new video. And for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. If there are any makeup brands that I need to try or any products I need to try, comment them down below. And yeah, I would love to hear your opinion about these products that I own and what you think about it and how you use them. And I hope to see you in my next video. And I hope to see you, well, I wanted to say I hope you have a nice day, and I want to see you in my next video. So yeah, bye!